All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. I'm running about 5 minutes over because Darren and I got into this really engaging conversation about the game that he plays and some of the tactics that he used, and that was really, really brilliant. But kind of nerding out on Gundams and mechs for a minute, but that's like I said, that's nerd out. That's for another time. But happy Friday, everybody. Welcome.
Yep, that's true.
Say what?
I guess mechs are technically Transformers adjacent.
Well, I mean, okay, all right. You got me started. It's Yamanu's fault.
Oh, no.
Okay. You have a big umbrella. Okay, you know how like paganism is a big umbrella and Wicca is under it, and pagan reconstructionism is under it, and a whole bunch of other things are all under that big umbrella. Well, Mecha is a big umbrella, and underneath that big umbrella, you have lots of things. Voltron, Transformers, Gundam. Gundam is older than Transformers because it started in Japan in 1979. And, before then you had, let's see, Transformers Z was concurrent, but
no.
What was the other thing, Mazinga, that came beforehand?
Mazinga came beforehand.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, so you have the origins of Mecha actually lie in the 70s.
Yes.
And it's just the 80s was a high water mark for it. And then of course in the double aughts, starting in 2000, you had Gundam come to America, starting with Gundam Wing, which Darren and I are huge fans of, and kind of went from there. So Mecha is an umbrella, and there are lots of things under it, like Transformers. And one of the things that I do is I collect, as I find it, artwork of Japanese mecha that have some similar designs, especially in the faces and the body styling and everything, that are kind of similar to Transformers from the 80s, because there was a lot of it out there. And so when I do my artwork, which looks like a lot of that, I'm at pains to point out to people that just because it looks Transformerish doesn't mean that it automatically is, because you also had other stuff in Japan that had that same look. But that's, like I said, it's a whole other discussion. Brief rant. Nerd rant is over. It's Yamanu's fault. Back to service. Tonight we are honoring Neith and Tutu. And Tutu, it's going to be kind of hard to see the representation form that I have on the camera, but it's a little winged sphinx pin, a brooch pin that I was given nearly 30 years ago by now. Long story, but Tutu is a son of Neith, and a lot of representations of him are of a winged sphinx with a crown. And later in the Roman period, he did, in one area, take on a human form and ended up becoming a husband of Isis, I believe. One of those fun local variants. But he was in charge of controlling the arrow demons. So, he was a protector because he chased after negative things and took care of them. And so they had a feast. And another deity with a Leonin aspect, who was, a daughter of a son of a powerful goddess, who could act as the Eye of Ra. There's some instances where Neith is referred to as that. And Mahes, as son of Sekhmet, performed a similar function. Well, in Esna, they had a festival, so that's what we're doing tonight. Now, I also happen to have on the altar next to them a terracotta image of the Indian goddess, the Hindu goddess Durga. My Durga is celebrating a festival right now, the Durga Puja. It's part of Navaratri, a 9-day festival. And in my feed, when I started up YouTube, I saw a whole lot of things from a couple of temples in India that do live streams that are going to be starting at like 8 o'clock in the morning, doing live stream services for that, tomorrow, because it's a big festival over there. And, I know I've been lucky enough to have viewers from India. I hope Lakshmi is doing well. We haven't heard from her in a while, but sometimes people's schedules keep them from being able to tune in at a certain point. But I hope that they, at least appreciate and aren't bothered by the fact that we have, one of their native deities on the altar. This is meant in respect, and also because I got a sense, an unverified personal gnosis many years ago that there's at the very least a parallel between Durga and the goddess Neith. So.
Did you take the roast out of the oven?
No, I didn't. It's still in there.
Okay.
You turned it off, right?
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing tonight. Oh, and Sarcastic's having a sunset timed almost with the start of service, which is pretty cool. Oh, and when you hear a Japanese mecha, that's spelled Mecha. So. Oh, okay, Gabriel. I know in the past you talked about having the BGM. Have you ever performed any of the workings in it? Would you consider making videos from it, either here or on Patreon? Well, that's a great question, and I tell you what, one of our Facebook members, is on Amazon now. That is supposed to be rituals of kind of a hermetic nature, based on the Greco, the Greek magical papyri, and said it was very well thought out and not the usual run of the mill fluffy bunny stuff. I'm intrigued, so I'm going to get that book. It's on my list, and I'll get that and read it, and that'll be a research topic, so I can do something on the rituals, because I have apparently it's volume 1 on the Greek magical papyri. There's apparently another volume that I guess is commentary or explanations on some of the things in it. But yes, there are rituals in it. They're very they're not the way we write rituals in the 21st century, I can tell you that. But since you've requested that would certainly be a good topic to work on. I'm finishing out the stuff for this year and making plans for what's going to be on next year's schedule. And there's got to be a place where we can put that, in the lineup. So what I'm going to do is actually just make a note of it over here in one of my files. So let me tap that out real quick and then we'll get started. First part of the thing with with doing book reviews is, I have to get the book and then slog through it. Sometimes that's easier than others, because there's one that I got and I actually part of the reason why I haven't just blown through it is because I want to try and at least be fair, because it's the shamanic mysteries of Egypt, and excuse me, they treat it like you're doing this step-by-step thing, and day 1 and 2 and 3, and so I'm like, okay, let me at least be fair enough to read it and meet them at the level they want you to be at, and see if it's still vibes like fluff or if there's something to it. Because if there's something of substance to it, I will definitely point that out. But if it's just silly, I'll also point that out. So and it's a lot easier to get in and out, isn't it now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I rearranged and I put in a new bookcase, so it's easier for Darren to roll in and out, so you won't hear him catch the trash can every time, hopefully.
I'll find a way, but thank you.
Oh, Wolf Paradox. P.S. If you burn incense around AC units, make sure it's low smoke, as it can damage them. Oh, well, thank you. Um, and the school that you guys actually did a little study on that. After that study or in reflection of that, if you've got some questions or some things you want, to ask me to mention, I'm happy to get that feedback too. But yeah, and I guess the when it comes to doing things to honor Durga for Durga Puja, that's kind of where I am. I am not the master, I am but the learner. So, for those of you that, find yourselves going, oh, wait, it was time for this festival, or we're supposed to do this today, and oh man, this is really hard to read. That's where I have moments like that. So I know what it is to be in that position. So, tell you what, before you go anywhere, let's go ahead and get started with.
I wasn't gonna.
Okay, I just saw you backing up. I was thinking you were having to step out or something. Okay. Or you're just frolicking in the new room that I've given you, huh?
Yes. I want to spin around in a circle and lay down.
These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This technique purifies me. Hail unto you, O you Natcharu. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. We've cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
Man.
Yeah, I added some fresh to it. That's probably why.
Okay, that's weird.
What?
I just got like the strongest urge for ice cream.
The cool waters compel you for ice cream. I don't know. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, has been with us in the past, and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we light our candles for Sekhmet, that she may bring strength and peace and healing to all those who need it. And Jory asked such for himself and for his mom. Let me make sure that it's, yeah, there we go. Oh, good. Yeah, it took it a minute, but now it's burning brightly. So. And for Mahas, that he may continue to protect those who are in the path of storms. There we go. Oh, nope. Okay. So he's getting down to the bottom of this one, so I'm reaching with the grill lighter. There we go. That got her. Alrighty. Oh, hi, Moonchild. Yeah, the BGM with the breakdown by Hans Dieter Betts. I think that's the one that I've got. But okay. So basically, the Hindu festival for the dead is before Navratri. Pitri Paksh, 16-day period of mourning and praying for the dead, where we have a sacred fire and offer food to the dead and our ancestors. Moonchild wanted to do a medical update. Sure, tell us how you're doing, and if you need some prayers, just let us know. And if you have good news, we'll share in the celebration with you too. So. You arise in the Akhekas Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Neith, mistress of Sais, and Tutu, son of Neith. O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his Svet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And hail unto you, O Ma Durga, who is the slayer of the Ashura demons. I don't remember the exact Hindi title of it, but she has a title that means the slayer of the specific demons, that like the one that's pictured, in all the images of her where she has her children flanking her, and it's the buffalo demon. I think his name was Mahishasura, and there's a title of hers that means slayer of Mahishasura. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyunachuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyunachuru, that you may be purified with it. And by the way, Wolf, that sounds like you had an unpleasant learning experience with the heavy incense smoke in the air conditioner. But this is a less smoke variety. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you and takes its place upon your hands. Oyunachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyunachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. And the bread in this case is chocolate.
Hey, chocolate bread. Sounds like a great idea.
I think there is such a thing. Well, chocolate is the food of the gods. Granted, our variety is nothing like what the Aztecs offered, but
Granted, so is honey. Ambrosia.
no, here we are. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Neith, Tutu, Durga. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Neith, mistress of Sais, within her house, and Tutu within his house, and Durga within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, to Ra Horeketi, Neith, Tutu, and Durga, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your bodies, O Neith, O Tutu, Durga. Come to your bodies, O Oyunachuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba, to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Neith, before Tutu, and Durga, who is our honored guest. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Rahorketi, and your son, the Osirinisu no Keprura, your foes retreat from you. And Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Orekruta henket kakao abdus nurturmer kutneben frawaberanket nurturim kawan aku punibu machanibu here nurtura. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And again, if you know anything about Transformers, 80s pop culture, or pretty much watch any TV from the 20th century, you watched something that was worked on by Ron Friedman. He's credited as the writer of the original Transformers movie, although the version that went to screen, I think, had some revisions by, a fellow writer. But he passed away on the 15th and did a really good job of hiding his age because nobody knew he was 93 years old. I had the good fortune of getting to communicate with him over Facebook a little bit, and he was kind enough to offer to show some of my work around. He said, "Can you link me to some of your work? I can show it, to a few people." That means a lot to me because it's getting seen by the right person that gets you a start somewhere. And we weren't able to really follow through with that much because he was sick for a while. But I will be forever grateful that he was willing to make that offer in the first place. And may he be true of voice like our other Aku. Oh, and if you want to read a little bit more, he did publish a book, and the title is easy to remember. I Killed Optimus Prime, so sue me. You go look that up on Amazon, and you will find it. So it's a funny read because I'm working on it right now. And so now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And by the way, you're going to have to forgive Darren. We both were up late and then up early this morning, so I can tell you're relaxed. So, yeah. Like I said, we were up till, I know it was past 3.
4.
Yeah, it was somewhere between 3 and 4, and then we had to get up at 9 for. Did the meeting get canceled?
Mm-hmm.
Figures, but it's one of those things. You get up for a meeting and the meeting gets canceled. Yeah. Hashtag this work from home life, I guess.
Yeah.
But
which I love.
Yes.
The commute is awesome.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Mucho started a new pain med for fibromyalgia and may have an autoimmune disease. Need more testing.
God bless.
Yeah. I know. Have they made advancements in it? Because I know 15 years ago people said fibromyalgia.
I don't know. I don't know much about the medical advancements in it. I know that.
Well, and maybe Moonshot could
it's real.
Yeah.
Know?
That's really interesting, Gabriel, that you're saying that the Pietrapashki, I think. Let me make sure I read that right. Pietrapashki festival. Everybody dug holes in the ground and poured libations and offered food and flowers. That's really interesting because there was a parallel, something that they did in Mesopotamia for their Feasts of the Dead. They would there's a whole that they would put things in for their version of it. So I'm really fascinated by some of the parallels. Of course, we know that there was trade between the ancient Indus Valley civilization and Mesopotamia. So who knows? But okay, wait. Okay, wait. You're talking about chocolate bread and hear me out. Sourdough with dark chocolate chips.
If you want to make some and send it to me, we can arrange that.
Yeah.
Because I will devour that.
Yeah, and Mary Dry did say prayers for mental health. Absolutely. One other thing I did really want to mention, since we're kind of talking about, we just read our the Ma'ats, and especially with the last one about honoring our gods and respecting others. The first place where that sometimes has to start is within our own pantheon, especially when it comes to, the tension that you have between the Holy Family of Abydos and Set, because there were people who honored Set in their personal practice then as now, but we don't really know a whole lot about how they interacted. But we know that, for example, Seti the first and his son Ramesses, obviously was a patron of their family. But they also appointed a lot of priests and had a lot of work done at Abydos. So there obviously wasn't any sort of antagonism. 'Cause they couldn't afford to do that, but they understood that there was a.
He changed his name too when he died.
Well, no. Here's the thing. He didn't change his name. What happened was they changed the way it was spelled because they recognized that having an image of Set in the tomb could present danger to the king and his body, because he was, mummification, that was an apotheosis. He was becoming one with Osiris by being mummified and by taking on the role of a dead king. Is his job didn't stop. He became an Osiris, and so that's why he had, a temple with that. It was set up to receive offerings on his behalf as well as on the other gods, for the other gods in Abydos. So I think it's important to take a note from that and understand that, if you're a devotee of Set, that's okay, but and then you are always welcome to do that, but don't try to don't go out of your way to mess with the devotees of Aset and Osiris, and that has happened in other groups. I saw it in other groups that I participated on message forums 20 years ago, and it's not something I would want to see carry over into other groups. So that's just something I wanted to put out there, because again, that idea of balance, and Set has a season and a place, because in the summertime when it's hot, we have a festival for him. But now we're getting into, of course, again, works a little differently down in the southern hemisphere, but we're getting close to the season for the festivals of Osiris, and then the triumph of Horus and all that. That's very much, you can think of it as sort of a dormant time for Set, at least in terms of honoring and festivals and stuff. Again, that doesn't affect what you do personally, because he's still always going to be there for people who, honor him personally. Just, don't poke fun at the Osa and Aset kids. So, but enough with that. Let's go ahead and honor Neith and Tutu, and then we'll do our cookies. So, I know you guys are going to have requests. Just hold those for a few minutes, and we're going to pull one for everyone, like we always do. So, we'll just take a sip of chai here.
Oh, man, I'm envious.
I made it earlier when I was about ready to keel over myself, so you're not the only one who's sleepy. Oh, that's really neat. The rice balls with black sesame seeds. I almost made a little rice ball to go on the offering plate and just didn't have an opportunity for it. But that was something that Mama-chan would do as an offering at her Buddhist altar. And of course, Japanese sticky rice. She would make a little ball and then sprinkle it with sesame seeds and had a little dish that it went on. And so that was an offering for the Buddha.
That's why he got fat. Nobody ever offers him meat. They just give him carbs.
Well, yeah, because, nonviolence, asimha, all these things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I think there are stories of if someone offered him what they had and there was meat and it was in sincerity, he would take it. But, as a practice, they didn't, partake of meat. Yeah. When I said can't really chat right now, my eyes still really messed up. I want to say hello and wish everyone well. We want to wish you well. But all right. So first we're going to honor Neith. Hang on. So I'm so glad I made this alphabetical because it means I can flip through easily and find it. Hail unto you, O Neith, the Great, the one who existed before existence. You who made all that is, who created all that exists. Eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of the beginning. Unique one without equal, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command. One does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth. Mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under your authority. Mistress of great fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty. Light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your son as the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seed of gods and men. Great cow who nourishes all things. Mother of mothers, who is like no other. All right, now. Yes, I did come up with something for Tutu, but that was after I had initially published Celebrating the Egyptian Gods. I'm actually going to, earlier this summer, I started working on an updated edition of it. I just had to put that aside because I got so busy. But it's my intention, hopefully soon, to get a fresh edition out that'll include things like our hymn to Tutu. Hail unto you, Tutu, great God, son of Neith, great protector, mighty of forearm, lion swift of pace, great of strength, Lord of strength, who drives away enemies, who stirs uproar every month and says, master of the Katu demons of Sekhmet and Bastet, the wandering demons of Bastet, the messengers act according to your word. Master of the arrow demons, leader of the deacon star, Kau, Lord of the book of life and death, who has no equal. Alrighty. Yeah, here we go. And there's a lot of literature that you can find for the goddess Durga. There are songs called artis, and there are sacred texts that the priests read. That's what they'll be reading when they do the live streams. But probably the simplest thing is she has a mantra, Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. So that's and there are I think videos of chants of just that. But so now let's go ahead and see what our fortune for everyone for this week is. Oh, I just popped right out. Wow. And this is appropriate coming from these ladies. Opportunities often disguise themselves as challenges. Face them boldly. So this is for everyone for this week. Opportunities, and beyond that too. Opportunities often disguise themselves as challenges. Face them boldly. So we're going to put that right here. That is for everyone. Okay.
I would like a cookie this time.
Alrighty. Oh, Starscape P. I might be trying to move across states to get away from my family. I'd like any guidance about that. Oh, wow. If you need pointers to, services for the area that you're trying to go, let us know. And if you're on the Discord, I think some folks put together some resource lists. So, coordinate with folks on that. But let's go ahead and get you a cookie, and I guess we'll slip you into the mix. Let's start with Starscape. Okay. Starscape. Follow the path of self-discovery. It leads to authenticity. Follow the path of self-discovery. It leads to authenticity. Hopefully that'll give you some pointers on what to do. And yes, be honest with yourself and your feelings and your motivations, and that way you won't be led astray. Okay, Cranberry, and then Blue Conlin. Cranberry. Kindness is a gift that never goes out of style. Kindness is a gift that never goes out of style. And Blue Conlin. There we go. Came from a direction I wasn't expecting. Mondays are the rhythm of your life. Dance to your beat. So, Blue Conlin. Mondays are the rhythm of your life. Dance to your beat. And I'm getting the sense that that's saying, don't let others determine your schedule and your rhythm, for you. Don't let Mondays be miserable just because they're miserable for everybody else. All right, let me slip in. Yamano, let me slip yours in real quick. Yeah. Yes, Indiana's still in her little inflatable football field. She really likes that thing. She'll just hang out and sleep in it. But, she's always been the kind of duck that will just hang out in a recliner, the water is her recliner. Okay. Embrace the rhythm of life and dance to your own unique song.
Oh. So double.
Yes, embrace the rhythm of life and dance to your own unique song. All righty. So the Blue Conlin was our last one here. Then monkey mind thoughts. kindness can change the world. Practice it daily. So, monkey mind thoughts. Kindness can change the world. Practice it daily. Now, what's interesting is for those of you that were concerned about goings on, and again, try not to let yourself get immersed too much in what goes on online, especially on social media, because it can drive you mad. I try to stay away from news as much as possible because for that very reason. But after the election last year, this was the fortune that we got. Kindness can change the world. Practice it daily. So, monkey mind, that was for you. And now, Gabriel, any advice about meeting personal goals without fear or anxiety? And again, whatever we pull, pair that with opportunity often disguises itself as challenges. Face them boldly. And in addition, you are a gift to the world. Share your light. So, Gabriel, you are a gift to the world. Share your light. Okay. All right, in our Discord cookies, Rabbit, River, Serena, Captain Lunar. So we'll start with Rabbit. You know what? I think Indiana heard us opening cookies and decided to go for food. I tell you what, you cannot open a bag. I could take a bag of tortilla chips, open it out of the plastic bag that it was in, and put it into a Tupperware container. Okay, the brand was Ziploc, but still, you know what I'm talking about, a container, so that we could open it without her thinking we were going into her treats. Because she hears crinklies and she immediately goes over, starts squeaking at you adorably. Or she gets a little insistent because she wants her treats. So she might be hearing us do the cookies. So this first one is for Rabbit. Follow the rhythm of your own life, not someone else's. Follow the rhythm of your own life, not someone else's. It's interesting. I've noticed, several fortunes that involve rhythm, which, cyclical nature, rhythm, that's, an important concept in not just Egyptian thought, but certainly, they have their own forms of it. So that might be another message to think about as the natural rhythm of things, the rhythm of the world and the rhythm of yourself within the world. And so that was Rabbit, then River, Serena, and Captain Lunar. River. Don't forget to express your love to those who matter most. Don't forget to express your love to those who matter most. And I do get a sense of urgency about that there's somebody who needs to hear that, or that, take the opportunities while you have them because you don't know what tomorrow will bring, and that's true of all of us, but Don't forget to express your love to those who matter most. That's for River. And now for Serena. Your Wednesday will be filled with joyful moments and laughter. Your Wednesday will be filled with joyful moments and laughter. So that's for Serena. Yeah, we've been getting an awful lot of Monday and Wednesday cookies, for the past couple of months. And I don't think it's isolated to just one box of cookies either. Captain Lunar is our last one. Oh, Captain Lunar got voicemail. So here's the first one. True happiness comes from within. And now the second one. This week, let go of any past regrets and forgive yourself. Wow. Yeah, pass this on to Captain Lunar. I think they need to hear this. True happiness comes from within. This week, let go of any past regrets and forgive yourself. So I really get the strong sense they're saying, stop making yourself miserable. Don't be so hard on yourself. Make that your goal this week to, exonerate yourself of whatever it is that you're beating yourself up over. This week, let go of any past regrets and forgive yourself. So that's for Captain Luna. Here we go. Okay. All right, Fairy Marsh, then B, then Kyle Hinojosa, Lady Zephos from Sutek. Okay, so Rama, you're getting sleepy. Okay, well, sleep good. Okay, and one for sarcastic, absolutely. We'll start with Fairy Marsh. Fairy Marsh. A loved one's smile is a ray of sunshine. A loved one's smile is a ray of sunshine. And B. Tomorrow's laughter is a reminder of life's beauty. Tomorrow's laughter is a reminder of life's beauty. So B, that was for you. Let's see. Kyle Hinojosa, and then Lady Zephos asking from Sutek. So Kyle Hinojosa. I think they were waiting to give you that one. This year, let go of fear and embrace courage in all aspects of your life. So, Kyle Hinojosa, this year, let go of fear and embrace courage in all aspects of your life. Yes, and keep in mind, we're almost to October, but in the Kemetic year, we're only a couple of months into it. So, but this year, let go of fear and embrace courage in all aspects of your life. That's right. And Lady Zephos from Suta. And then Sarcastic. And then Katie Horton, also from Set. And then Mary Dwepwet from the Jackals. Oh, long day today. Well, it's the end of the day at last. You're here with us. So here's hoping that helps to refresh things a little bit. But yeah, we'll start with, let's see, Lady Zephos. Be prepared to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. So, Lady Zephos, be prepared to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. And when Set tells you that, that's pretty important. It's like, hey, take some you time. And so, Sarcastic. A journey of self-discovery is coming soon. A journey of self-discovery is coming soon, Sarcastic. Okay, and then Katie Horton, also from Set. And Set did seem to have some connection with Neith, at least in the pyramid texts. There's a mention of the two of them in conjunction with something. That doesn't necessarily mean they were paired together, but they could work with each other on a certain aspect of the universe. So. Because I realize a few folks are kind of coming in a little late, or not late, but, you missed the very beginning where I explained what we were doing. But we're honoring Neith and Tutu, the son of Neith. And so that's why I, made the reference between Neith and Set. But we also have a guest with us, the Hindu goddess Durga, because the Durga Puja festival is going on this weekend. And so in India, that's a very big celebration. And, that's something I like to tune into and watch. And so we're, including her in festivities. But Katie Horton, this month, focus on your inner peace and tranquility. This month, focus on your inner peace and tranquility. And Mary Dwepwet asking from the Jackals. You will be surrounded by people who love and support you. You will be surrounded by people who love and support you. So married Wet. I think that's good news. All right, I'm setting this down here, but if anybody's got any other requests, just, put those up there. I think I see one. Sarana, hey. Oh, goodness. You had high blood pressure. Oh, goodness. I'm glad you're all right. I hate that you had anxiety so bad that it spiked your blood pressure. Oh, your birthday's in October. Hey, cool. You'll have to let us know. We'll celebrate it. We'll do a goofy little dance or something. But Sarana. Okay, and one, I don't know how to get the cookie thing on my cell phone. It seems everyone's asking for readings from Seth. Who am I to try to break the pattern? Okay. Alrighty. So let's do Sarana, and then we'll ask Seth for one eye. So Sarana. Sarana, see life through the eyes of a child. Then you become truly wise. See life through the eyes of a child. Then you become truly wise. And for one eye, asking Set. You will discover new sources of joy in your life. So one eye, you will discover new sources of joy in your life. All right. So if anybody's got any other requests, go ahead and put those up there, and I'll try and read through the comments. If someone's not able to use that little icon, I'll try and make sure that we don't miss you. Oh, goodness. I'm so glad you're all right, Katie, because 199 over 154, that's like, stroke territory, a lot of times. But, I'm so glad that you're all right. I think the fact that, you didn't have any clots or anything like that, that allowed you to weather that without, having, a serious issue. But our hope for you to not have to go through that again. That sounded really tough. But yeah, if I missed anybody, let me know. And when I says it's my birthday, I can't really see what you're doing right now. But if you want to do a goofy dance, please, by all means. You want for me? Well, if it's your birthday, I guess let's all kind of get together and say, happy birthday to One Eye. Happy birthday to you. I'm so glad the song's not copyrighted anymore. Happy birthday, dear One Eye. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, One Eye. Close that one eye. Gripping your pillow tight. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little too, my voice is a little too strained right now to try and break into Metallica. That and my guitar's out front. That and I'm working on another goofy cover for next month's exclusive video. So I was telling Darren about that earlier today. So yeah, I've been working on videos and stuff for next month, and I'm going to try and put those on Patreon nice and early. I'm still also working on the exclusive for this month, where I've got pictures and some video that I took in Albuquerque, and just talk about some of the things I saw there. But there is, for anybody who's a member, whether you're paying a subscription or a free member, I did put up another video that has like a lot of our photos and stuff. I put it together, so I'm sharing that with folks, because rather than how it is, you go somewhere and or someone goes somewhere and they're just showing you pictures and like scrolling through on their phone, and it's kind of it starts to swim and it's kind of boring. It's like the tech equivalent of when someone would make you suffer through a slideshow back in the day. Yeah. Well, rather than do that, I decided to make a video. So, but yeah, if yours is good today, yours is pretty close to what mine typically is. So. Oh, good. A new breakthrough for Huntington's. I remember that is a condition, but I'm glad you're getting a breakthrough on that, and I'm glad for everyone that's getting some health. Praise to Sekhmet for looking out for people, and I certainly ask her to continue looking out for everybody and helping everyone to get well and to pursue happiness and prosperity and health. And to that end, I'll read a prayer for everybody. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Yanu, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neith and Upwod to open their ways for us, and may you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk, Ra Horaketi, as you rule the nine. Know you gods, may you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day as ones righteous who set you in our hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. And before we wrap up, if I might suggest one other thing, this is a little bit of wisdom that I got. As you sit in front of your altar or you say your own prayers on your own time, it's okay to ask for blessings that you can't imagine. Because we tend to sit down and say, well, these are the things that are on our mind. We're concerned about this. I know I'm like, well, this is going on. I really need this, or help me with such and such thing. But, it occurred to me, well, and I think it was something about a description of Durga as the mother that, blesses her children with more than they asked for. I thought about that and I said, well, then may you give me the things that I can't think to ask for myself and that I can't imagine right now, but that you can think of, And that's what I credit for taking that really awesome trip to New Mexico. Because that was an opportunity we wouldn't have had it not been for Darren's work. And, we had so much fun. It was supposed to be a work trip, but it ended up being more like a vacation. So, but that was a blessing that I couldn't have thought to ask for and say, hey, can we take a trip out to one of our favorite places? And no, that just happened. So ask for the things that you can't think of yourself, the gods know what we need better than we do sometimes. So, ask them to bless you with those kinds of things that are beyond, are limited and, often focused on the day-to-day, sort of vision. So with that in mind, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure, as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutak in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Depth endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khmenu endures. As the name of Ra and the Alchet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra, O Neith, O Tutu, Ma Durga. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Neith, Tutu, and Durga. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Oh, yeah, Katie, you had mentioned all the praying mantises. I hope that's a sign of something cool. But yes, and I second you, B. Have a good night, everyone. And we were glad to be your company and to have your company.
We love you guys.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Hope everyone.
Catch us next week.
Yes, hope everyone has a great week. A weekend and week. And come see us again next week. And happy Durga Puja. I know not everybody celebrates that, but for everyone who who has an interest in that, and of course if we have any viewers that are from that part of the world, thank you for joining us, and we're just trying to be inclusive and share in the celebration.
Nice hair, boys.
So big hugs, guys.